Hi guys, welcome to my channel and to my journey in beauty, where every video is an adventure in makeup, beauty, and YouTube, and I'm inviting you to come along with me. Today's adventure is a get ready with me featuring no brand makeup. That's right, we're not talking about brands today, we're talking about color, we're talking about finishes, and we're talking about just getting into the makeup and creating a look that you love, completely unbiased on the brands of makeup being used. Alrighty, here we go with our no brand makeup look. I've been wanting to do this for a while. As I mentioned in my intro, I just think it's so important that as people who consume YouTube, I'm using this as a primer. It's not always a primer. Just to give you a little hint, I am using it as a primer currently. So, you know, happy guessing. But I just think it's really important as consumers of YouTube that we don't think that we have to have the specific products that people are using. There's, you know, if you have any type of makeup collection, shop your stash. I know, you know, that's part of the panner in me thinking about that kind of thing, but also it's just, I don't know, without getting too controversial, I'm gonna go into my foundation. This is a gel formula, which I've spoken on in the past, kind of a BB cream type coverage. And I'm gonna blend that with my Real Technique sponge. That's a brand, but you know, you guys would know that from the look of it anyways. But yeah, I just think we get really, really caught up in, you know, having the specific things that other people have, and by we I mean me. I absolutely, you know, last couple days I'm like, man, I really want that Naked Cherry palette, even though, you know, I just kiboshed my 2018 Pan That palette because it was a very, you know, specifically pink gray type color story. And, you know, and then here I am lusting after this palette that is essentially the same thing, just in another tone. You know, it's specifically pink, red, you know, those kinds of colors. And like, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I care? My buying needs to get under control. I need to learn to pair palettes with one another, not just on their own. That's one thing my brain kind of does, is I just think in terms of, okay, what look do I want to create today? Okay, what palette will that come from? Versus making my collection about 20 times more versatile and pairing palettes. You know, even if I just paired two palettes together, it would make those two palettes, in my opinion, twice as versatile. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this no brand get ready with me. So anyhow, I'm wanting to do more get readies with me, and you know, I want that to be more about what type of products they are versus the actual products that they are. I love any suggestions that you guys would like to see in terms of a get ready with me, because I think that would be fun. I have some plans coming up, which I'm gonna keep under my hat for now. In the new year, I would really like to maybe do a get ready with me every single week, because I just love playing with makeup. I love having a more specific talk with you guys about things, you know, in the makeup world, in the beauty community, on YouTube, and just life, you know, for sure. Just going in with a pressed powder and setting my face. So far, so good. I look a little washed out, but I think that's the lighting. I'm still figuring out this ring light, and it kind of varies from day to day based on what the natural light is doing that away. Going in with a satin bronzer. For some of these color cosmetics, I think I'll go ahead and swatch them for you in case you do want to play around. In case you do want to play around with the guessing, this is the bronzer. But I am loving this bronzer for fall. I love glowy bronzers for sure. I honestly feel like this is my perfect bronzer shade, and that I could wear this all year round and only have this bronzer and never worry about having another one, which is nice. That is definitely something that makes it a good value for me, if that makes sense. Moving into blush. I haven't used this for a while, and this is a matte, it's kind of corally, but it also pulls a lot more orange than coral. Again, I'm gonna swatch it for you. This is the blush I'm going in. It's really nice and warm. Maybe a satin finish, but mostly matte. And this is one I don't use a whole lot, but it is a gorgeous blush. Very pigmented. This could go bozo real fast. Hopefully not. I did go ahead and recently film the Busted Out for Fall tag, which was a super fun tag created by JourneyInBeauty here on YouTube. I'll link that video as well as Drea's video for you. But it was really fun. It kind of got me thinking, what are the things, you know, I did a video, things that I'm looking forward to wearing this fall, my fall makeup essentials video. But I really would like to know what kind of things you guys are busting out for fall, or do you not care what the season is? As I sometimes don't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, just because it's fall doesn't mean I can't wear a neon eye look, you know? So I'd be interested to know if you guys do tend to pull things out for winter specifically or fall. Now we're gonna go into highlight. This is a drugstore option, and it's really pretty rose gold shade. And lately, I've been targeting the apples of my cheek first, and then working my way back on the cheekbone. It's funny, I was on FaceTime with Angela the other day. I'll have her link below as well. I should just link her in every video. But anyways, Angela and I were on FaceTime the other day, and I went outside and she was like, hold on, take a step back. And I was like, okay. So I stepped back, and she was like, holy glow, girl. I was wearing the Emily Noel The Needs palette, including her highlighter, which I think is called Gratitude. And it was really, really pigmented and really kind of stuck out, but not in a bad way. Like, I love a glowy look, so and also I think that shade is super unique in that palette. I don't have anything like that at all. All right, now I'm going to go in with a finishing powder and go ahead and just give a once over on the whole face. I like to do this. I think it helps, you know, sort of diffuse the color cosmetics, and this particular one just gives a nice glow to the skin. Alrighty, brows are on. Just used a brow pencil and a brow mascara. And I realized I forgot to swatch the highlighter for you, so I'm gonna do that now. Ooh, there we go. Anyhow, it's a rose gold color. Rose gold. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. Hopefully you won't be able to tell what it is by the doe foot. I really like this primer. It's been doing a good job for me. It's one of those that I definitely find, I think this is, yeah, this is the one that I used when I was testing out the Emily Edit the Wants palette, and she had recommended not, you know, setting your primer, and it actually did work really well for me. So I do like this primer. I don't know that I would consider repurchasing it or not, but I just like a nice, I like a sticky base, but not too sticky, if you know what I mean. I haven't tried using the palette that I'm using today without setting my primer, but we're gonna give it our best shot. So for a transition shade, I'm gonna go in with this nice light sort of camel brown right here. I should say right here, not to get it confused with the bronzer, because it is very similar. And I'm just gonna blow this out in my transition. I kind of looked at this palette this morning and I knew that I was going to go in a warm direction, if that makes sense, but other than that, I'm not for sure. And I don't always build my looks like this. It depends kind of on what I'm trying to go for sometimes, with whether I'll lay down a transition first or if I'll go into my crease first and then, you know, blend it out with a transition color. It just kind of depends on the look that I'm going for and the colors that I'm working with. Woo! I'm getting the sense I should have ate my Wheaties this morning. Maybe I'll make a smoothie after I'm done filming. Woo! Alrighty, in the crease, I am going to go in with a stunning sort of persimmon color here. This is bold. We're gonna have to be super careful with this one. I'm gonna load the brush, tap it off, do the hokey pokey, and maybe blow on it a little bit. So we're gonna just build this up gradually. I always like to start my brush in the outer V of my eye, laying down the most pigment, and then go into the crease. So I'm gonna try and keep this pretty low because, you know, we don't wanna look like we got punched in the eye by a pumpkin or anything, or maybe you do, which is totally okay. So if you're in the habit of celebrating Halloween and plan to do so this year, I'd love to know what your costume is down in the comments. I think it's so fun. I love dressing up for Halloween. Back in the day, my best friend used to have Halloween parties every year, and it was so fun. I mean, it was an adult Halloween party, so you know, it was just really fun. There was always some really unique costumes that our friends came up with, and I really kind of miss that now that she and I are both living in Colorado. This eye is a little deeper than this eye, so I'm gonna build it up a little. So yeah, I kind of miss those Halloween parties, because it's like, you know, when you're a kid and stuff, you get to a point where you really, you know, you don't go to trick-or-treating anymore, so a lot of times you don't do a costume anymore, and I love dressing up. Even if it's just as my real self, as my husband calls it, because I frequently will go as a hippie or a flower child or what have you for Halloween. Next shade that we're going to go in is very reminiscent of the sweater that I am wearing, and it is a beautiful mustardy yellow gold shade. It's a matte shade, so I'm gonna go in and buff out the edges of that persimmon shade with this yellow. I told you we were going warm, and I meant it. Let's try a more densely packed brush here. Sometimes that will help lay out a pigment that's not wanting to translate here. I think we're just gonna really have to build this color up, I guess. And I'm just, you know, I started here on the inner part of the crease, and then I'm working my way to the outer part and blending that persimmon color out a little bit with this mustard shade. Okay, then I'm going to take my same brush that I used for the persimmon shade and just, you know, give another little blend in the crease here. I really like how that's looking. It's almost candy corn-esque, isn't it? Okay, give a little blend here. I actually think I'm going to punch up that persimmon color just a titch on both sides. I think we lost just a tad in the blending. Nothing wrong with that. On the center of the lid, I think I'm going to go in with this metallic persimmon rusty orange shade right here. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. All right, next I think I want to go into this beautiful, kind of an old gold shade. It's not like a vibrant gold, it's a little gold bronzy, and I don't tend to reach for gold shadows all that much, so I'm kind of been trying to challenge myself to do that more, because I do always get a lot of compliments when I wear gold on my eyes. So here we go. I don't know why, but I do always like going in with a shadow dry first. I feel like it layers over other shimmers better that way, and then I go in and punch it up with Fix Plus. I feel like if I go straight in with Fix Plus in the second shade when I'm doing an eye look like this, it frequently ends up with me having a very harsh line in between the two shades. So I like to go in better first, dry, and then I go back with the Fix Plus to punch up the shimmer. In case you wonder how my brain works, maybe you don't. All right, now we're gonna bump it up. And I don't know about you, but I like to bring whatever my highlight shimmer shade is, I like to bring it up into my crease a little bit. I think it looks nice, especially for my eye shape. So just saying, you can do that too. There's no rules in makeup. All right, I think what this look chiefly needs is a little depth in the outer corner. Be interested to know how you guys like to build your eye looks, and if you have like a specific eye type, you know, like a hooded eye like what I have. You know, how do you find yourself building the looks? Like, do you do your transition first like clockwork? You don't even think about doing it a different way? You know, do you kind of build it a little bit like I did today? Just interesting. I like that. It is a nice brown. Okay, what are we going to blend it out with? I think I'm going to go in with the same mustardy yellow shade that we used up in the crease. Orange on my lower lash line sometimes turns out, and sometimes it looks like I'm ill, so. And I am just using a little smudger brush. That looks nice. Okay, I'm loving that. All right, so I decided, I think I want to go ahead and just wrap the gold around the tear duct here. I think that'll be pretty. Use a pencil brush for that. And I'm not gonna spray it at first, at least. I find that when I spray my brush and then apply shadows to my lower lash line, actually tends to make them look more dry, kind of crusty, which is not attractive. So I've been trying it lately without, and I think it's working. All right, that is pretty. Now I'm gonna take a highlight shade. This is the highlight shade. I'm gonna use this for both the inner corner and the brow bone. It's just a shimmery cream shade, pretty standard for inner corner highlight or brow bone for some people. It may not be standard for you. I am going to pull this up just a little bit by the gold, using the same shade that I used on my inner corner. It's kind of a yellowy cream. Like, it has a yellow gold reflect to it almost, which I think is nice. I'm really not intentionally flipping you off, I promise. So there we go. There's the eyeshadow done. I'm gonna use a brown eyeliner in my tight line. Tip the mirror back. I don't know why or how, but I'm totally into eyeliner lately. I go in with a nude on the waterline. This is just a matte nude, which I'm honestly starting to think I prefer a shimmery nude on the waterline. But that can be pretty hard to find in the eyeliner world, at least, you know, where I tend to be in the makeup world. Who knows? Weirdo. I will be wearing this eye look to dance class tonight, by the way. Not my dance class, my daughter's, but the dance moms were pretty used to me. They are always very complimentary of my makeup and everything. You know, they know what I do as a job. Apparently I can't curl my eyelashes and make air quotes at the same time. But, so you know, that's nice. I do try generally not to go in and, like, you know, costume makeup or whatever. I have a Halloween collab coming up with some girls here on YouTube, and, you know, I have definitely planned that filming day for a day where I don't have to go to dance immediately after filming. Do like this mascara, though. I think it is definitely on its last legs. I love this kind of natural bristle brush. I feel like it really helps separate my lashes, as well as, you know, coat more of the individual lashes. So I'm very sad that it's on its last legs, though, so it is a more expensive mascara. I would love to know what your favorite drugstore mascara is, especially if it's not one of the sort of cult favorites like Lash Paradise or what have you. I'm looking for a natural bristle brush like the one I'm using today. If it was a curved natural bristle brush, I would love that. I think that really helps hold the curl in my lashes. Okay, lips. I'm gonna go in with this really warm, spicy lip liner shade right here, and try my best not to show you what the brand is. Alrighty. I think I should leave it like this. What do you think? Alright, and then the lipstick I'm going to be wearing is a nice warm nude. Right, not enough hands, right here. I'm gonna try my best not to show you the packaging as I apply it, so. What do we think about this lip? Thought it was gonna be a little warmer than it looks. Let's try this gloss. This might be fun. Again, I'm gonna try and not show you the packaging. This is weird. I'll swatch it in a minute. I forgot. I do like the lip better now though with the gloss. This gloss, let's see here. It's right here. It's kind of orangey. It definitely has orangey sparkles in it. And I really like it so far. What do we think? I hope you guys really enjoyed this get ready with me. I was a little off today. I thought this would be a fun idea just to do a get ready with me that was about the makeup and the colors and not about the brands. Again, I would love to have your guesses down in the comments about which makeup I used. Specifically, I'm curious if you know what palette I used. And I would also love any ideas for specific get readies with me in the future, in terms of if there's a special kind of look you want me to create, a palette you want me to use. I would love to do a lot more of these type of videos, and I would love to do content that you're interested in seeing. And I hope all of your makeup days are beautiful, no brand makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye!